Waiters of Reddit, what's the most ridiculous order someone's placed and how did you deal with it? I had a lady tell me it was impossible to make the dish too spicy. When I told the cooks, they took it as a personal challenge. I don't remember what they put in it, but I do know that someone ran to a grocery store for another ingredient. It was literally the spiciest thing I have ever smelled. Just being an arm's length away from it for 30 seconds while I delivered it had me coughing and treat steaming down my face. Guests at nearby tables complained about the smell, just so much capsaicin in the air that people 15 feet away were uncomfortable. But she ate everything. She ate every single bite and then scraped up the remaining sauce and ate that too. I worked in fine dining for a while. I had one lady order creme brulee French toast with a Fruit Loops crust and a bottle of champagne with 2 carafes of orange juice. We made it. Actually, we made a whole batch and the workers ate it. It was actually really good. It was a hotel restaurant. I had a 4-top once that one of the gentlemen was ordering and asked for extra onion, and he made extreme emphasis on extra onion. So I go to put the order in and I have to talk to the chef to make sure he understands extra onion. So when the order comes out, I get a side plate of a cut whole onion. I giggle and take the order to the table. I put the orders of food in front of all the other guests and leave Onion Man for last. I set his plate of food and extra onion down, he looks up at me and starts laughing. The whole table is now laughing. I'm like, the fuck? Apparently wherever they go, no matter what, he always has to ask for more onion, and this time my snarky chef nailed it. It wasn't so much the order that was disturbing, but the post-order request. He asked me to chew up the food and put it back onto his plate. No medical reason. No missing teeth. Not old. Just creepy as fuck. He got very upset when I declined. I had someone ask me how many wings are in your 10-count wings. I simply replied somewhere between 9 and 11. I worked at a restaurant/fish market type of establishment, where we sold raw product but would also prepare the food on the spot. One day I was helping an old Asian lady out and she told me had never had a whole lobster and would love to try one. As she was shopping in the fish market portion, I assumed she wanted it live. So we went over to the lobster tank and she picked the happiest little lobster out there. I asked her if she wanted to pay $16.99 for it alive or $22.99 for us to cook and serve it to her. She decided to take it alive, so I took some time to weigh it out, and wrap it up in a takeout box for her to take home. I put it down on the table and walk away. A minute or two later I hear a commotion and come out to see this little Asian lady with a knife trying to cut off the claw of the lobster. Apparently she thought that she was supposed to eat this thing live. I cooked it for her. Over the summer, I had a customer who came in for Sunday brunch and ordered a spinach and feta cheese omelet. She then adds that she would like it made without eggs. I clarified that she wanted an omelet without eggs, not made with egg whites, which is quite normal. We made her a spinach feta salad and the customer was happy. Customer asked for a spaghetti with a side of more noodles and extra sauce because they were going to share. So, I said, you'd like one spaghetti and then an additional order of spaghetti? They told me I wasn't getting it and they just wanted extra noodles and some sauce on the side. I told them we would have to charge for extra noodles, and they ended up not wanting it. They somehow thought free spaghetti was a reasonable request. Had a lady order our filet mignon. When it was brought out to her, she said with disgust that she had ordered the filet, not a steak. She proceeded to argue that a filet mignon was a type of baked potato rather than a steak. Not a waiter but a cook. Had a lady order her tofu scramble burnt. So I cooked it hard. She sent it back because it wasn't burnt enough. So I cooked it harder. She sent it back again and the waiter said she really wants it burnt. So I got a wok super hot, put too much oil in and proceeded to burn the crap out of it. My chef came by and lost his shit. I explained it to him and he watched me burn, just ruin the thing. It was black and smelled like a tire fire. She ate all of it and said we were the only place to get it right. She came back every weekend for it and we had to train new cooks how to burn the living fuck out of her food for her. I still can't comprehend why she would eat that. One couple in particular made the chef rage so hard she just walked out. Wife orders some meal and makes a ton of changes to it. She gets the plate, takes one bite and sends it back because she doesn't like it. Husband orders $60 lobster plate. The lobster tail comes with pepper sprinkled on top. The husband sends it back and wants a whole new one with no pepper on top. Apparently his wife wanted to try one piece but doesn't like pepper. I worked in a coffee shop and a girl ordered a hot cocoa. We have milk, dark or white chocolate, so I asked her which she would like. It was a very standard questions that we asked everyone. Then this happened. None of those, I just want Oreos on top. Girl. Oh. Do you just want warm milk with whipped cream and Oreos? Me. Disgusted look and tons of sass. No. I want hot chocolate with whipped cream and Oreos on top. Girl. Okay, great. So for us to make hot chocolate, we melt these little chocolate chips into milk. We have milk chocolate, dark chocolate and white chocolate chips. Which would you like us to use? Me. No. You don't get it. I want hot chocolate with whipped cream and Oreos on top. I don't want those chocolate chips. Girl. I just gave up trying and used milk chocolate. She was at least 15 too. Seriously, kid? Ugh. I worked at a national pizza chain for a while as a manager. We used to get this guy who would order all the time. He was lactose intolerant, so couldn't have cheese, and had severe heartburn when he ate red sauce. He would order an XL Supreme with no sauce and no cheese. I told the guy if I did that, the toppings would just fly all over the box, but he didn't care. We ended up just baking the dough separate from the toppings and put the toppings in a small wing box on the side for him. Guy said no other pizza place would do that for him, and he turned out to be a great repeat customer who always tipped well. Not a waiter, but when I was a kid my little brother hated cheese but loved pizza. He was only 4 or 5 at the time and didn't fully grasp the concept of pizza yet, so when we ordered a pizza my dad would always have to order a plain pizza. One time we were at a Pizza Hut and my dad ordered a plain pizza and the waiter responded okay, so a large cheese pizza. My brother immediately started crying, so my dad started winking at the waiter going, "No, a large plain pizza." Evidently there was a breakdown in communication between my dad and the waiter and we ended up getting a circle of dough covered in sauce. Well, I don't even remember all the specifics, but I once had this old lady come into Olive Garden and order something and literally customize every ingredient. We had one promo entree that contained risotto. She asked me what risotto was, and then asked me to switch it out for plain brown rice and squash. Neither of which we had. We made all our sauces in-house, but they weren't made on the spot for each order. She even tried to customize the ingredients in the sauce. And the end of everything, after I ran around trying to make her happy, she complained to management that I was incompetent for not being a magician and changing how a restaurant works. Had a guy send one of our servers to the kitchen about 7 times, which is down the stairs far away from her section, to inquire about the weight of different hamburgers. All of them were the same, yet he insisted she go down and check and would watch to make sure she did. He sends her away to mull it over for a while and you can see him snickering with his equally douchey looking 2 sons. Finally the guy decides he wants a 24 ounces grilled burger with nothing else but the patty, no seasoning or anything. Not like some hulking bro trying to get extra protein, just an old asshole who wanted to fuck with the poor server. Ate a bite, said he didn't like it and ordered another burger. Tipped a very solid 0% after telling her it'd all be worth it. This is why we're all mildly functioning alcoholics. I once had a guy place his order, and then say and give me one of those spaghetti appetizers. I had been working there for a couple months, and we had no pasta dishes whatsoever on the menu. I politely tried to clarify this, but he wasn't having it. He just kept getting more irate. He insisted that he eats here all the time, and he always gets the spaghetti appetizer. Eventually, he gets up from his table, storms over to another one, and points at what he wants on another diner's table. He was pointing at their coleslaw. And yes, as far as he was concerned, I was still the asshole for not knowing what he was talking about. Boyfriend was a cook at a restaurant. Guy asked for a rare steak. Proper rare wasn't rare enough and he sent it back multiple times. Boyfriend got pissed, put a steak on the grill for 5 seconds each side and send it out. The guy said it was the best steak he ever had and gave a huge tip.